pages, pixels, pieces, and we want you to know that this segment is brought to you by the Fantasy Shop in Maplewood, Missouri. We're proud to have our local comic shop as our official sponsor. Comics, collectibles, toys, Magic the Gathering, and board games. The Fantasy Shop in St. Louis, proudly serving St. Louis since 1981. Again, want to thank them so much for last week's giveaway, that Star Wars number 36 Galactic Icon variant cover with the Han Solo with Alden Ehrenreich's likeness. Gave that away to Lindsay's Geeked Out Knickknacks, so really excited for her to be able to enjoy that comic. A slower week in Star Wars comic books this week.
We had a big one last week, so they need to give us a little bit of a break to catch up.
Had to get a break. Of course, you have Last Shot out right now. You have a lot of the Han Solo books out right now, trying to tear through those so that way we can talk about those on the show. So we'll try and have something on that next week. So far, my impression on Last Shot, for example, it's the Han... it's the one with the Han Lando covers.
Yep.
My impression there so far.
Did you pick that one up?
Yeah.
Oh.
So right now, my impression on that one is it's there's some like political stuff going on in that book, so it's kind of interesting. It takes a look at the relationship and where they are in certain points of life.
Boring political, or like I want to learn more political.
I think you want to learn more because it kind of like jumps around on the timeline.
Okay.
But if you haven't read it already, no worries. We're probably on the same spot. I'm only like 2 chapters in, so I'm very early on. We'll try and talk about it next week. But as far as comics go, Poe Dameron number 26 dropped, and this is really exciting because this comic, this is a jump forward. So issue number 25 stopped that pre-Force Awakens era of the Black Squadron and Poe Dameron with the Resistance, and now we have jumped to basically moments after The Last Jedi, where we're sitting on the Millennium Falcon, Rey, Finn, and Poe are sitting around the table, and Rey is playing around with the
BB-8.
broken lightsaber and BB-8.
Yep.
And so I did not expect that to be the first panel, but yeah, we're right
But
there.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, after the Battle of the Crate. And you go through that, and it's kind of a flashback. It takes you back to the beginning of Force Awakens. I think that's the easiest way to kind of summarize what happens in this comic. David, you've read the comic. What are your takeaways? Because I just feel like we're seeing a different Poe Dameron in the comics than what we get in the movies.
So in the movies, I am not a big fan of him whatsoever.
Okay.
I think he's cocky. I think he's a liability. And I've said over and over that if I were in the Resistance, I would not have him flying anything because he has a tendency to break his ships, to crash them. And this comic kind of calls him out on that. Rey says, "You're the best pilot in the galaxy and you crash all the time." And Poe says, "Well, those are extenuating circumstances." And Rey follows that with a zinger saying, "I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever crashed anything I've been flying."
Just another opportunity to make Rey perfect. It's fine. It's all good. I love the character. That was a little too on the nose for me.
Oh, I love it. I mean, it's calling him out, and I think that's a good thing because Poe is somebody who routinely breaks stuff. I
just like the fact that here's my thing. When I watch The Force Awakens, for example, when I think of Poe Dameron flying in a ship, I think of the moment where he's there above Maz's castle that's falling apart there on Takodana, and he's blowing up like 6-7 starfighters in the sky. I don't really think about the ships that he's lost because if you think about it, the X-wing he loses there on Jakku isn't his fault. He's trying to get away. He was trying to save Lor Santeca. The troopers blew up his X-wing. I mean, you can't fault him for that.
I'm going to fault him for that.
And what
he signed out the company X-wing. It's on his protection.
Okay, so then how does he lose the orange and black X-wing? Kylo Ren blows that up in the hangar. That's not his fault. You're going to say he parked in the wrong bay?
Sure, we'll say that.
That was clearly the only bay. You can't be, dude. I can't blame a guy for where he parked his car. So essentially what happens is they're asking, the whole question of this comic issue is, Poe, how did you survive and survive the crash onto Jakku in Force Awakens, and how did you get off the planet back to Dakar? And so we learned that, and we learned that he hit the ejection button for Finn's seat. We learned that he couldn't eject from his TIE fighter because his jacket had got caught in the mechanism that allows the seat to release, which... Okay, that works out because that explains why the jacket was left in the TIE fighter.
Yep.
But I don't understand how an X-wing, if it's hurtling towards the surface of a planet,
TIE fighter,
I'm sorry, Poe apparently just goes right through the windshield, rolls down the sand dunes, and he's out for a little bit, but then he gets up and goes. It just
starts walking.
To me, the physics of Star Wars continue to baffle me, but it's fine because it's a galaxy long time ago and a galaxy far, far away. Okay. But it's interesting. He gets picked up by scavenger. He gets hauled off to and basically gets on a ship and
Takes back off.
goes back to Kakar. Anything in particular
it's not a really exciting story.
Yeah,
I mean, it's more of a. And I'm glad to know how they filled in the gaps, but it's I don't know. It's comic worthy, but it's not film worthy.
And
it's not worth my time.
I think that's good to point out because like I think if you're really big into the canon and absorbing that knowledge, you'll appreciate this issue. But it's nothing that we would have needed to see in the movie. I mean, this is not a scene that should have been in the movie.
No.
You know.
Oh, how'd you escape? Oh, well, I tried to eject, so I ended up not ejecting. I went through the windshield, and I walked until I found a scavenger, and then I bummed a couple rides, and here I am. I mean, that's...
Sounds like a bad date.
Yeah, that's like an excuse you give when you're trying to, why you're late to something.
There were a few things that I thought were... I'm trying to think if there was any big reveals. I think the biggest is the fact that why the jacket was still in the TIE fighter... walking away, but there was nothing really earth-shattering in this issue. Kind of surprised that when they tease that 26 is going to take you into the time of The Last Jedi, it's actually a throwback to basically put you almost right where the first 25 issues kind of left you at in that Force Awakens era. So we'll see what issue number 27 brings on. But I will tell you this: if you're not following the Poe Dameron series right now, what a great opportunity for you to jump on because it definitely is a fresh start with the series.
And Charles Soule is writing it.
Yep.
He's the guy who's doing our Darth Vader comic that we love so much, and the artwork has been really, really good. The faces don't make me want to punch something.
It's not Salvador LaRocca, so that probably explains why.
Yep.
I do think that Rey has really big lips. I did make that note.
Really big lips?
Really big lips. But that's okay. If you've read Poe Dameron, let us know what you think down in the comments below. We'd love to get your take. What's your favorite comic that you're reading right now? I just like to ask you that every week because it could change every week. I think David and I still always on Darth Vader. It's just a great run. And oh my gosh, some of the covers came out for I think it was issue number 20. Oh my goodness!
For Vader?
Oh yeah,
we're only at like 14.
I know, but they always like tease the cover art, several months in advance. I mean, we're averaging like two. We're averaging like 2 issues a month. I'll let you look.
20?
I think so.
10. I see up to 16 on this website.
You're on the wrong website. You're just going to have to do a Google search.
Although these do look pretty cool.
While he's enjoying the Vader covers, I want to make sure that you know that now is the time that you need to be looking and listening to the episode because we are going to give you this week's giveaway. And again, this is sponsored by our good friends at the Fantasy Shop in Maplewood, Missouri. So proud to have them as our sponsor. And this week we're giving you in this, it's an incredible bundle: Thrawn number 3, Vader 14, Poe Dameron number 26, Star Wars Adventures the Annual, and number 9. Now, to be a part of this giveaway, all you have to do is be 18 years or older, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and comment down below using the hashtag That's No Moon, because this giveaway is so big. It is so big. It could be mistaken for a planet. But it is no moon. So hashtag That's No Moon. Be sure you put that in the comments down below. Hopefully Disney doesn't take down this episode so that way we don't have to re-upload and go through all 3 videos. I got to tell you, though, this is pretty cool. So for the first weekly giveaway, last week, David, can you guess how many people entered?
Yes, I can, because you told me earlier.
You could have really allowed more suspense.
Would you like me to have to?
No.
I don't know, David. How many people? Was it 6?
You really annoy me.
Was it 145?
We had 51 people submit entries for the giveaway, which is pretty cool.
Stellar.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some people, I think, some people would comment 2 or 3 times during the episode, and they would drop in the hashtag for us, and really enjoy always reading those comments. But it was really cool to see how many people really got excited about the contest. So, go ahead.
Her lips are big.
They are big. Rey's lips in Poe Dameron 2016 are luscious. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. You can watch other videos just like this one right now by checking out these videos on your screen. And by the way, thanks for checking out Beyond the Blast Doors.